Hello, welcome to Avocado's English Podcast. Today, we will talk about social media apps like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat that many people use every day. Social media can be fun. We can talk to friends, watch videos, and see pictures. But sometimes, social media can make us feel sad, tired, or worried. When we see other people's perfect photos or happy stories, we might start to compare ourselves and feel like we are not good enough. This can make us feel lonely or unhappy. I have a story about my cousin Mia. She loves TikTok and watches videos for hours. But one time, she told me she felt very tired and sad because she kept comparing herself to people online. She said she could not sleep well because she checked her phone before bed every night. This shows how social media can sometimes affect our feelings and health. In this podcast, I will share why social media can be hard for young people and what we can do to use it in a good way. You are not alone if social media makes you feel this way. Our brains are amazing, but they don't grow fully until we are about 25 years old. When you are a teenager, your brain is still learning how to make good decisions and control feelings. There is one important part called the prefrontal cortex. This part helps us think carefully before we act and helps us say, maybe I should study now instead of watching videos all day. But for teens, this part is not finished growing yet. That is why it can be hard to stop scrolling on social media or to ignore a text at 2 a.m. because teenage brains are still growing. Teens often feel their emotions very strongly. They care a lot about what friends think, and they compare themselves more to others. For example, girls often compare their looks to people they see on Instagram, which can make them feel sad. Boys might feel pressure in other ways, like with games or online bullying. I remember when I was 16, I spent many hours on Instagram. I saw my classmates' photos of vacations, parties, and perfect selfies. I started feeling like I was missing out and that my life was boring. It was a hard time because I didn't understand why I felt this way. Now, I know it was because my brain was still learning how to handle these feelings. This is not a weakness. It is how young brains work. Knowing this can help us be kinder to ourselves and others. It is normal to feel a little lost sometimes, especially with social media around. Let me tell you some stories about young people and social media. These stories show how social media can affect feelings in real life. Emma is 15 years old. She used to be very happy and loved playing sports with friends. But last year, she started using social media a lot, about 5 or 6 hours every day. She would scroll through Instagram and see perfect photos of her friends. Emma began to compare herself and feel she was not good enough. Slowly, she stopped talking much and her school grades went down. She felt lonely and sad. This is a story many teens can understand. Another story is about my friend Alex. He loves playing online games and chatting on social media, but sometimes he spends too much time online and gets angry when people say mean things to him in the game. This makes him feel stressed and tired. Alex tried to stop, but it was hard because his friends were all online. I also remember a girl named Sarah. She loved TikTok videos and watched them all day. One night, she stayed up very late watching videos. The next day, she felt very tired and could not focus in class. Sarah learned that using phones before bed can make it harder to sleep well. Sleep is very important for feeling happy and healthy. These stories show that social media can be fun, but also difficult. It can change how we feel and even affect our health. But there are ways to use social media that help us stay happy and healthy. Different social media apps can affect us in different ways. Let's talk about some popular ones. Instagram is full of beautiful photos. People post pictures of their vacations, food, and clothes. But sometimes, these pictures look perfect and make us feel like our life is not as good. This can make some people feel sad or worry about how they look. For example, teenage girls often compare themselves to models or influencers on Instagram. This is called the scroll of doom because you keep scrolling and comparing, which can hurt your feelings. TikTok is very popular because it shows short, fun videos. The app learns what you like and shows more videos like that. But TikTok can also be very addictive. When you watch one video, the app shows you many more very quickly. This makes your brain want to keep watching. Sometimes, videos can lead to unhealthy ideas, like extreme diets or dangerous challenges. It is important to be careful and think before trying anything from TikTok. Snapchat is another app where people send quick messages or photos. Many teens like it because it is fast and fun. But Snapchat also has streaks, where you send messages every day to keep a streak going with a friend. This can create pressure to always reply, even if you don't feel like it, which can be stressful. Each app is like a different place with its own rules and challenges. The important thing is to know how these apps work and how they can affect your feelings. If you understand this, you can make better choices about how to use social media. Using social media in a healthy way is very important. Parents, teachers, and young people can all help to make sure social media does not cause too much stress or sadness. One good idea is to set limits on how much time you spend on your phone. For example, you can try to use your phone less than 2 hours a day. Some phones have tools to help you see how much time you spend on apps and can remind you to take a break. I remember trying to beat my own record for less screen time, but it was hard. It takes practice, but it feels good when you succeed. Parents can also help by watching over their child's social media use. There are apps like Bark or Apple Screen Time that help parents keep kids safe online and block harmful content. But it is also important to talk openly with children about their feelings and what they see online. The wait until 8th movement is a good idea. 2. It suggests waiting until children are about 13 years old before giving them a smartphone or social media access. This helps kids grow their feelings and skills before facing the online world. Teachers can teach digital skills in school. For example, students can learn how to find true news, check facts, and use social media safely. In Finland, schools teach these skills as part of normal lessons. Learning digital skills is very helpful because it makes young people ready for life with technology. Using social media safely means balancing it with other activities like playing outside, reading books, or spending time with family and friends. When we do this, social media can be fun and positive instead of stressful. There is hope for the future when it comes to social media. People are starting to understand the problems and working to make things better. Some apps now hide the number of likes on posts to reduce pressure. Others remind you to take a break if you have been using them too long. Imagine your phone saying, "Go outside and get some fresh air." That would be great advice. Technology can also help protect users. For example, AI artificial intelligence can find harmful posts or signs that someone is feeling sad or stressed. Governments are making new rules to keep young people safe online. Some places have laws that make companies design apps that are good for kids. In California, there is a law called the Age Appropriate Design Code that helps with this. There are also ideas to set age limits for social media. For example, no social media under 13 years old, and limits for teens between 13 and 16. Some experts suggest companies should pay if their apps keep people online for too long. This could make social media healthier for everyone. Remember, social media is powerful. It can be good or bad depending on how you use it. If social media makes you feel sad or worried, you are not alone. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, parent, teacher, or counselor. You can take control of your time online, not the other way around. Thank you for listening. If you liked this episode and found it helpful, please like and subscribe to English Podcast for Beginners. Share it with someone who might need it. Until next time, be kind to yourself and don't let the scroll control your soul.